Alright, so I just took a short ride on this bike. I've done about 700 miles on her, and I think it's time for a chain clean. I should have done this around 200 miles ago. You really don't want to clean it around every 500 miles, and a video like this could save people hundreds of dollars, especially for you newer riders. So thought I'd post it on, and let's see how clean we can get this chain to be. Alright, so first thing you want to do is grab your proper tools. I used to have a brush, but we're going to use paper towels today. I got a stool to sit down on, chain cleaner, chain lube. I usually use Motul products. They seem to work pretty good. And some latex gloves. And that should be all you need. Alright, another thing I do is I put my bike on a center stand when I do this clean, and I put kind of something to catch the excess, and the center stand will let me free the wheel here so that it spins nice and I can get to all the rings in the chain there while it's spinning, and it helps you do it quicker and faster. I've got another solution in case you don't have a center stand, but I've got to find it. This is my solution for bikes that don't have a center stand. This is what I use for my other motorcycle that doesn't have a center stand. I put it under the wheel. It'd be going under like this, so you kind of roll the bike onto it, and you can see these run pretty free, so you can keep the wheel on there. But the center stand definitely makes it a lot nicer. So the first thing you want to do is kind of get the excess off. I usually do that with a brush, which I lost. So what I'm going to do is just get some chain cleaner, spray it on. You find an opening here, get some chain cleaner, spray it on, let it spin. Theoretically, you're supposed to let that sit for a little bit, but since I can't really get the excess off, I'm kind of lenient with it. I use that chain lube like water. Just get a napkin, you can see it kind of gets a lot of it off. This is just to get the extra excess off. This is the only part I wish I didn't lose that brush. But after that, we'll cut and see what happens. Okay, so now all the excess loose stuff is off. I'm gonna spray it with the chain cleaner again. See if we can get this clean. Give it a little shake. I kind of go through it slow and see exactly what I'm hitting here. Try to get it all. And you kind of, after you spray all these chains here, you kind of let it sit for 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, so it can soak in and kind of dissolve the stuff there. And kind of loosen up all the dirt. And I mean, it's not rocket science, right? So you kind of just spray here. You can mark the chain to see if you've done one full rotation, but I'm kind of lazy. Another spot I like to spray is the rear sprocket. It just extra. Just something extra to do. I don't know if everybody does that. Wow, now I'm running out of chain cleaner. So I spray the rear sprocket That's just to get some extra clean right there. As you can see, the excess is getting caught by what I put down here, the cardboard box or whatever, paper bag. So the excess that drips off the chain goes right onto here, and you know, save the environment, save the earth. It's the right thing to do. Alright, so I waited about 10 minutes, and you can see here, see how it's starting to drip out. The dirt is being loosened up. You can see how it's kind of dripping. But what I do next is basically I wipe all of it off. So, sitting on my stool here. So I get a clean, clean napkin here and kind of do this number. Let it spin. You can see there's still a lot left even after I took all the major excess. But you do this until you get it as clean as you want, basically. And I'll also do each individual piece of the sprocket individually too. And we'll cut to that when after I clean this chain. Alright, so this is the result of using the chain cleaner and taking it all off with basically paper towels. I usually use a rag too, but in this case I use a paper towel since I lost my brush. But you can see the chain definitely got a lot cleaner. And now it's time to do the rear sprocket. So using the napkin technique, I'll basically go in, do one, let it spin, and while I rub the sides here, and then kind of go in on every individual tooth from the sprocket there. And once you do that, I mean, it's basically clean, and it'll be ready for lube. Chain lube. Not other kinds of lube. Chain lube. Alright. So when it's cleaned up, I mean, you can kind of see I got the inside track clean there. Some of that stuff kind of stains on, but it's a lot cleaner than it was. So now comes the fun part, where we take the chain lube and spray that in. Alright, so these chain lubes usually come in a short or long nozzle. I put the long nozzle on this one. Helps get more it directly. And when you spray the lube, you want to kind of put it on the inside track here, right here. You don't want to put it on the outside. That can actually cause this whole ordeal to get a lot messier. That's because when you spin, when the chain spins, the force, centrifugal force of the chain moving will splatter the chain out. So you kind of want to spray on the inside track, and it's just as easy as doing this. Yep, just do it the best you can there. I kind of kick it on like that. I'm sure I did a full rotation. And afterward, I'll go over to the sprocket and kind of do the same thing to each individual little piece here. I mean, that's just excess. I don't think most people do this. Just, you know, do it for fun. It's kind of fun to do. Anyways, that's about it. Cleaning the chain and lubing that up. I mean, that not only saves you money from the dealership, but in gas, it'll increase your miles per gallon. And that's about it. Hope you learned something from this, and if you didn't, dislike or unlike or whatever, thumbs down on the YouTube, right? And hopefully I save you money. If you have any other tips, kind of just throw it down in the comments, and you know, I read those things once in a while. Very once in a while, so don't expect any response back. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Alright, final tip. Last thing, I promise. You kind of, well, if you want to get rid of the excess that I kind of wasted, I kind of just went through there and get the excess. You can also do the same thing on the side of the chain. I mean, if you really want to be anal about it, right? So, not on the inside track, but on the side. I mean, you can get that little excess that might help keep things a little cleaner for a little longer. But, alright. Like I said before, that's it. This is the encore. See ya.